Hey, what's up guys? J-Wink is back with another review of DC's Legends Heroes of Tomorrow. Legends of Tomorrow. Why do I say Legends Heroes of Tomorrow? It's the same thing. Gosh. Okay. So yes, last Refuge was the newest episode of DC's Legends of Tomorrow. So yeah, I know this review's a little bit late. I've been kind of busy. I was busy last week, but now I got it out. So hopefully you guys will appreciate that. Thank you, and I am back. So let's review this episode. So yes, definitely, I think this episode really did go for a Terminator vibe right at the beginning, because right at the get-go, it was like, little young little fireman. Oh, fuck, I forgot his name. Heatwave. Gosh, was just sitting over there, watching his house burn, and boom. Come with me if you want to live. It was kind of like that, and I kind of predicted that. But I definitely did really like this whole idea of kind of the Terminator kind of vibe in a way, because she is the Pilgrim in a way is the Terminator, because she's going through these different times to stop, to kill these certain people, to stop this certain event. So, I really did get that vibe. But definitely that was kind of, I'd say, a big, the main thing. But there was a lot of good little arcs in the middle, kind of going on. Like, definitely the thing going on with, Kendra and Ray and, Sarah, well, Kendra and Ray, and Sarah, yeah, I guess, them three, getting, Sarah and Kendra are talking about, the true, what they learned. Kendra and Ray are talking about getting married and all this stuff, and it was a good arc to see kind of what these two would have to decide to do, and how kind of Sarah kind of helped them out and stuff like that. And definitely I really did like a lot of the things, like with Jefferson in this episode. They really did kind of show a good thing with him and showing him with his dad, and it was heartfelt. I really did feel something for that happens, and especially since his dad is dead, dies. Will we see his dad come back at the end of the season? Who knows? Because definitely I think that is going to change everything. Regardless, well, if his dad comes back, if his dad is back alive, things are going to be completely different for everything. And I definitely hope they do handle the timeline carefully, because what they don't handle carefully, what they do, will affect Arrow and the Flash. So, it's definitely going to be something that'll be interesting to see. But, well, I think the Flash and the Arrow probably will both end before the end of this show. So that'll be interesting, because then we can see kind of what has happened, and who knows what could happen. Who knows what would have changed if these certain things would happen. But definitely did kind of like going to the past and stuff, and I did like seeing the Pilgrim kind of. She's kind of a badass. You gotta admit, guys, she was pretty tough. And I really did like seeing her, kind of just being this silent person. And that's kind of how the Terminator was, back when in Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. They didn't talk a whole lot. They were very silent and knew, they had a job and they knew they needed to get it done. But definitely, I really did. And then once they figured out, once they got too far, once they saved Ray and Sarah and Heatwave, then they figured out, oh, we can't track her anymore, because now, now we won't know. Oh, and then they saved Snarts too. And then it was like, oh, what are we gonna do now? We can't track her anymore. What are we gonna have to do? And so then they had to go and save all of them in infancy. Well, the rest of them, anyways. Like, but I don't remember. Did they save Dr. Stein? I don't remember them saving him. I don't remember that. So, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But please let me know in the comment section below if they did, guys. Would really like to know. Give us a feedback here. But I don't believe they did. But if they did, I guess they did. But it was definitely cool to see them go back in different times to save these people, and how they had to change their plan up. And then once they eventually did get to Ray's home, I mean, not Rip's home, or Michael, as they call him. Once they got there, it was interesting to see kind of what would happen, because it was, it was cool to see that Rip was not, always Rip. He's kind of, he grew up kind of in a bad background, and it's cool to see that, because then the more we learn about him, the cooler his character is, and it's interesting to see that. And definitely it's cool. It builds his character up a lot more, and I do think that this show is very compelling, and that's something that I really do like about this show, is because I was captivated every minute of the show, and I think a lot of people that do watch these CW shows are captivated a lot because they focus on the characters first, story second in a way, and I feel like, well, they have the story as a background, but have the characters in the forefront, because that's what you need to understand. You need to understand the characters, you need to grow with them, and you need to kind of, like them, for them to, for the show to work, because you can't have a show that, nobody likes. Well, you can have an awesome story, but you can have crappy characters. So that's something definitely that they really do good in, that is by doing a lot of, those type of things. But yes, definitely did not think the Pilgrim was wasted at all. Really did like her character. Even when she died, I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, glad she's dead. And so, yeah, she deserved to die. She was a cold-hearted bitch. I'm saying it right now. She is, oh man, she's ruthless. But definitely really like that. It would be cool to see kind of how her background is, because I really like to see why she is doing this job that she is. I would really like to know that, and maybe a little bit, not like have a full series about it, but maybe have maybe something like a little prelude or something about how she became the Pilgrim, which I think that would be pretty interesting, because I'd hate to be that person. I don't know why anybody would take that job, but it'd be definitely cool to see where that would come from. But I think that's about it, guys. I really did kind of like how she stopped time for a little while, and just, how she could freeze it and stuff, and that was very interesting. And then little Rip's just like, yeah, bitch. And I really did like that, because it shows, Rip is kind of a cool, Rip is cool even when he's young. But definitely am looking forward to next week's episode. It looks like it's gonna be pretty cool, and definitely it did kind of set up for, when Rip is at the end, it's like, we will, soon, we, we kind of are being erased, well, not being erased, but being separated from the timeline in which we were in. And if we don't stop Savage now and get our people back, it's going to be screwed up. And it's interesting to get that. You guys probably don't understand what I'm saying, but definitely watch the episode, because you guys need to watch it. It's really good. But to understand kind of what he's trying to mean there. But it's definitely going to be interesting, and seeing where they go from there will be something that'll be an interesting take for the show. But yeah, guys, that's about it. Sorry, voice crack. But definitely I'm gonna give this episode 5 out of 5 winks. I'm looking forward in tomorrow's episode. I believe there's an episode of The Flash, and I believe there's an episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys. Jay Wink, and I'm winking out.